He spent a lifetime devoted to science and accuracy.
We've seen New Year's Day, Saturday, right before midnight, we hit 70 in Salisbury, set a record high. The clock clicks to midnight. It's now
Okay, with over 40 years of experience in meteorology, he has certainly made his mark here on Delmarva. It is no wonder that he's been the weather authority for the last 12 years on WBOC.
And his journey has taken him through every conceivable weather system, from hurricanes, floods, blizzards, eclipses, and more. He has not only kept us informed, but he has kept us safe.
And yesterday, we said our official goodbyes. Today, we do have him back on the couch in historic Studio D. With us is the award-winning AMS certified meteorologist Dan Satterfield.
Hi, guys.
It's so good to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
Happy first day of retirement.
I know. It's already feeling weird.
Yeah?
You know, it really does.
How's it been? What have you done?
Nothing.
Oh.
Which is really exactly what I planned.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm still teaching a university class, Salisbury University, so
Okay.
I'll keep a little busy.
Okay.
And I'm just waiting for the next blizzard. I'm going to throw a bag in the car and go see it.
Oh, yeah, and not report on it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
so take us back to when it all started. Did you always know that you wanted to do this?
I always knew from 5th grade that I wanted to do weather, but I got into television totally by accident. Yeah, I wanted to work for an airline, and that way you get to fly free, you know, and forecast for an airline. I got into television simply because I wanted to be around the weather charts at summer break at OU, and I sent my local TV weather guy there, who they just hired. He's had a master's degree in meteorology. I just sent him a note thinking he'll never even respond, saying, if you need a summer intern, I just want to be around the weather charts. And he called me up and said, why don't you come on down? I did, and did that for a couple of summers, and then his television station had a job in Oklahoma City. He said, you should go apply for that. I said, I have no chance of getting that whatsoever. Just go apply, it'd be a good experience. Went down there and did a test in front of the thing, and 2 days later they called me.
And the rest is history.
The rest is how it happened.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but you were once ranked one of the 7 coolest TV meteorologists in the... How did that feel?
Oh, yeah, you know.
The guy that never was going to get the job.
I know. Isn't that something? Yeah, I over the years, you know, the best thing that ever happened, right after I lost my dog Riley, 2 days later, my wife woke me up, and I was pretty bad. And she said, guess what? The president of the American Meteorological Society just called, and you've been named a fellow of the AMS.
Oh,
and
my.
that was probably the nicest thing that I've ever had in my whole career. That was something else.
How about that?
So tell us about what it was like moving to Delmarva and predicting the weather here.
Yeah, oh boy, you know, everyone around the country will always come up to you if you're a meteorologist and say, you know what they say about the weather here is, if you just wait a minute, it'll change, or this is the hardest place to predict the weather. Probably the hardest place in America to predict the weather is Goodland, Kansas, but Delmarva ranks. It's tough. And when we've had new meteorologists come in here, well, John Conway first came here, he said, well, what's your advice about predicting here? And he came from Mississippi, and I'd worked in the South, I knew that area. I said, John, it's ocean, ocean, ocean. I mean, if you don't know what that ocean is doing, what the temperature is, what way it's moving, what the winds are doing over it, you're going to bust your forecast. It is ocean, ocean, ocean here.
Wow, how about
and
that?
so, yeah, it's a tough place. That's one of the reasons I came here. It's such a fascinating place to forecast the weather. I used to get calls from San Diego. Come out to San Diego. I said, that's soul killing. You know, morning fog, high 75. It'll be that way to the 22nd century. You know, I just can't do that. I want something that's interesting. You know?
Okay, so do you have a most memorable moment?
Oh gosh, I remember during Hurricane Sandy here. I was in front of the key wall in the studio, and it's right by that exit door that you know of, the people at home don't. But I took my microphone off my tie and walked over to that door, and that door was just going. Blah, 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 blah. I remember that.
Wow.
I remember telling the director in Birmingham, Alabama, I said, we need to activate the emergency broadcast system. He said, we don't have a test coming up. I said, it's not a test. And he said, I don't think I know how to do it for real. I said, you better find out. We're going to have a tornado on the ground killing people in about 1 minute. And we did. And he figured it out. And I had people years later come up to me and said, you know, I ignored tornado warnings, but when you put that tone on the air for 30 seconds, he said, I knew you meant business. Yeah, and we did.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
the little things like that, the blizzard of 93, I always remember snowstorms.
Yes, yes. So looking ahead to retirement, what are your plans?
A lot of travel, going to Rome in January. and then going to take the Queen Mary 2 again. Did it last summer. Going to take 2 weeks on the Queen Mary from London to Norway, and then to Iceland and back to New York next summer. And then any good blizzard this winter, I'm there.
This guy is going to a blizzard on purpose to enjoy it.
Yeah. You know what? My first year on the air, we had a volcano went off at Mount St. Helens.
Oh, really?
And the ash came over Oklahoma City, and I had to put it in the forecast. You could see it come across the sky, and I said, this will probably be the first and only time in my entire career I have volcanic ash in a forecast. And it was.
That was
There
like,
was.
what, 80?
Yeah, 1980, May of 80.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so is there a possibility that we might see you on WBOC?
Yeah,
here and there?
meteorologists, we're kind of few on the tree. And, you know, Mike's going to have the baby soon. And, well, his wife, but we just say Mike's going to have the baby. And he's probably going to take a little maternity time off in January, and I'll probably at least fill in on some weekend mornings and stuff. I love that weekend morning crew. It's a blast to work with them. Kirsten and the gang, they're just great. But I said, you know, I told Ron, you know, you need me, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. As long as I'm not teaching or at a blizzard, I'm here.
Or
I'll
on the
come in
Queen
and
Mary, too.
Or on the Queen Mary, too, yeah.
Well, Dan, thank you so much for all that you've done.
Thank you.
And all that you've done for Delmarva.
And thanks to all of you out there who sent me cards. I will get around to them all eventually. I mean, I've had so many cards and emails and calls. And it's been a real honor to come into people's home, and they've trusted me for all this time.
You are loved.
Tried not to let you down.
Yes.
Yeah. Good man.
Well, go get some sleep.
Okay.
The man, the myth, the legend.